Hi guys, this is the present tense. I've designed a song for you so you can remember all your endings for the present tense, because some of them can be a bit tricky at times. But before we do that, I want to make sure you know what a tense is and what a verb is. Right, a tense. A tense is something, it determines whether you're talking about something in the present, the future, or the past. So if we use the verb go, for example, if you were talking about go in the future tense, you would say tomorrow, which would indicate you're talking about something in the future anyway. Tomorrow, I will go to the cinema. I will go. That's the future of go, one of the future tenses. Another one might be in the future. That's another indication it's the future tense. I am going to go to the cinema. That's another. So you've got I will go, I am going to go. What about I would go? So maybe in the future I would go to the cinema. 3 future tenses, okay? That would indicate you're talking about the future. Present tense, today, indication it's current, so it's now. That would be use one of the present tenses. I go to the cinema. I am going to the cinema. All right. Past tense would be yesterday I went to the cinema. Last year I visited the cinema. I used to go to the cinema. I did go to the cinema. Any of those, that would be the past tense, right? So will, would, I'm going to go, future. I go, I am going, present. Did go, went, used to go would be past for the tenses. Okay, and that would work with any verb. That's what we mean by tenses, and you might have seen them on my wall at school in those colours. That's what all the red verbs on my wall were: the past, the present with the green, and the blue with the future. Okay, now we've established what a tense is. If you do have any questions about this, you can just email me if you are really stuck still after the videos. What is a verb? Now a verb, as we've just said, explained, go is a verb, swim is a verb, see, any action word is a verb, okay? In English, however, you generally recognise a verb as its posh word, which is an infinitive, which is like the whole pie, the whole verb, as I sometimes call it, the whole full verb. The infinitive, it's the whole bit before you break it up into the other parts, the 6 other parts that you need when you're learning a language. Changing it from the whole, for example, to go, to present tense, I go, you go, he, she, or it goes, we go, you go, they go. That is what we mean by the whole infinitive at the top, to go, and then you break it down into the 6 parts. So it's known as an infinitive, as its posh word. I'll just get my board. But sometimes, I do call it full verb, whole verb. Think of it as a full pie. Like you do in maths, you've got the whole pie and you break it up into sections for your quarters and your halves. If you think of it like that, it might help. So in English, it's 2 words. I hope there's not too much shine on there. So in English, you'll recognise the infinitive, the whole verb, as 2 words. To go, to play, to eat, to write. It always has 2 at the beginning, okay? Then you'll break it down into the bits. I play, I go, I eat. I play, I go, he, she, or it play. Did I say play? Sorry. I play, you play, he, she, or it plays, we play, you play, they play, etc., etc. Always 2 words. In Spanish, however, it is only 1 word. Okay, you see that? Okay, yeah. 1 word only. So to play in Spanish is jugar. Okay, 1 word only. That means to play. You don't need a separate word for 2. To eat, comer. To write, escribir. Okay, so you understand that is a full verb. You know it's a full verb in Spanish. If you see a word ending in Spanish with AR, ER, or IR, it will 9 times out of 10 be a verb. Okay, that is how you recognise it. It ends in AR, ER, or IR. Okay. And that is what you need to that's all you need to realise at the minute. We don't need to do all the other tenses at the minute, just the present tense for you lot. So it ends in AR, ER, IR, and that means to play, to eat, to write, okay? What you do now to form the present tense, To say I play, so I'll go for eat because that's a little bit irregular. I eat. You think, right, how do I change that? Where's the word for I? What do I do? All you need to do for the present tense to say I eat, you eat, he, she, or it eats, all you do is knock the end off. And you will look on the chart behind me. Actually, I'll just show you the chart briefly. Oops, a daisy. And you know it was an ER verb because I just told you. Comer ends in ER. You knock the ER off. ER, and you want the I part. So you go, oh, there's the I part. You pull it across. You stick an O on it. So to say I eat would just be como. All right? Now, let's knock it off again. So you've got com again. You're just left with com. Just make a little line under there. If you wanted to say, you know it's an ER verb, comer. If you wanted to say you eat, just one person, you're talking to your friend. Oh, you eat crisps. You, ER, ES. You eat, okay. Comes patatas fritas. Okay, it's as simple as that. So you just work out which part you need, and I'm going to do a song for that as well. You knock your ending off and you stick the right ending on for the present tense. You don't need a word for I. Just changing the ending is all you need to do according to the chart, which person it is. That is it, all right? Okay, so, and this is for regular verbs. There are some irregular parts, like there are in English. I'll do you a separate song for that in due course, okay? Right, so before we start the actual song, I just want to teach you the 6 parts of the verb. You know, the 6 parts that we break it down into. So when you've had the infinitive, the to eat, comer, you're breaking it down into the I eat, you eat, he, she, and it eats, we eat, you eat, they eat. To remember the 6 parts, the I, you, he, she, and it. Just tip that down a little bit. I, you, he, she, and it, we, you, and they. That's you plural, you singular. Always in that order. Whenever you're learning a language, it will be in those 6 parts, top to bottom. All the charts that we'll be doing as time goes on will be in that order, so you don't get confused. This is a song to help you remember the order, okay? It goes like this. I and you, he, she, and it, we and you, and they. Okay? Excuse me, my bacon. Let's do it a little bit faster. I and you, and he, she, and it, and we, and you, and they. I'll just do it like this. I and you, and he, she, and it, and we, and you, and they. Okay? So if you sat there thinking, oh, once you've learnt your endings, you know it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I and you, and he, she, and it. Okay? And obviously with the song as well, and you'll remember the pattern. You'll know, oh, it's the 3rd bit in the song, it's the 3rd one on here. Hopefully it'll all just start fitting into your brain and you'll just remember it naturally as time goes on. Okay? Right, time for the song. Now, this is to remember the present tense endings. These are all the present tense regular endings. These are the ones that follow the pattern. There are a few, like I say, that are slightly different, and we'll go through them in time. It is to the tune of Sandman by the Chordettes. So if you go into YouTube and type that in, your mums, your dads, your parents, or whoever's looking after your grandparents may know that song. It's from Back to the Future. It's from the 1950s. And it goes doom, 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 doom. Sandman, Chordettes. I'm going to have to read it off the sheet because I've only recently done it, but it really does work and helps settle it in. Remember, any songs you can remember, record yourself doing it, send it via sound file back to any of your teachers, and we'll see what we can do with that. But it's obviously fantastic for your learning your verb charts. It's going to give you 60 to 70% success for you to even understand Spanish generally anyway. All right, so really get to grips with all your verbs. It's really important. Okay, they're all just patterns, so it goes like this. Can you see everything on camera there? Let me just check. Yeah, so it goes. O, as, a, amos, ice, and they are the ARNs. O, S, emos, ace, and they are the ER ends. Then there's one more to remember that looks a lot like the ends for ER. It's the full verb that finishes IR. If you remember this, you will go far. So for IR, it's the same as ER. Apart from EMOS and EAST, there you are. All the rest stay exactly the same. Let's now sing it all again. Excuse my voice, but it works. Do it one more time. OS, AMOS, ICE, and these are the ARNs. OS, AMOS, ACE, and these are the ERNs. Then there's one more to remember that looks a lot like the ends for ER. It's the full verb that finishes IR. If you remember this, you will go far. So for IR, it's the same as ER. Apart from EMOS and EAST, there you are. All the rest stay exactly the same. Now let's sing it all again. Okay. See how you go. Buena suerte.